Hi, this is Melanie. I am a transitioning lady. I am doing content for someone who probably is looking to transition or is very early on. It's a very difficult process for us, and hopefully, this will give you an idea of kind of like what it sounds like, what it looks like, kind of what to expect, and to supporters of those people. Um, I think it could be helpful for them as well. And to the supporters, I just want to personally say thank you. It means so much, at least to me personally. I know other trans people as well. The amount of support that I get goes way further than the amount of hate that I get. Even if, and I don't think it's the case at this point, um, I could get like, I don't even know, like, I've had a lot of shitty things said to me, like completely deranged things, whether they come from customers or from my coworkers, or it's a YouTube commenter, or it's the president. The situation can vary, but in all of those situations, one person being supportive is like erases hundreds of ones that are not. So to the new transitioning person and to the supporter, just know how much those can weigh. Um, Such a major difference. I love the people who are supporting me. I I know that there are some people that are transitioning that are kind of in my phase, which are like, fucking brick. Even on my best day, I'm still a brick. So, um, being treated like a human is huge. That means so much. And I really didn't appreciate how people treated me before transitioning. I just kind of took it for granted. Um, and then it's like now, as long as people are not treating me shitty, like I'm getting treated like a human, like it's really I'm gonna have all the love in the world for you. Um, so for us, that's kind of like, I guess I'm not going to say us. I'm not going to speak for all trans people. I'm certainly not the spokeswoman for trans people. Um, but for me, that makes such a huge difference. Um, and some of the shit that I hear is truly deranged, truly deranged. I think I'm going to do a video series on just kind of answering to those. There's some stuff that people will throw out that I don't think they know anything about. Pretty sure they don't, or they wouldn't be saying those things, or they just want to tear other people down. They're just kind of conservative talking points. Um, so, yeah, to the supporters, you are fucking loved. You are appreciated, and that support goes such a long way, and I thank you. I will thank you guys for on behalf of other trans people. The support is so monumental to what we were doing. Um, so today's video is going to be a continuation of yesterday because I don't like what I said. Um, ask questions to people. Um, that's like taking power back in my life. And I guess what that really means, because I don't think it makes sense from someone that's not in my head. I don't like how that video was done. I'm going to send a message to the content creator and tell her that she sucks at it. And hopefully you all can forgive her. So this is me trying to do it better. What I mean by asking questions is in a very Socratic way. Like, if I'm asking questions, I am not insinuating anything. Um, like when I asked that lady, my supervisor, like, don't you think I look better with the lights off? Um, or I forget exactly. I think it was like, do I look better with the lights off? Do you think I look better with the lights off? I do. Um, we were in a heavily recorded area. We were in a very visible area, and there was also video there. So she pretty much was cornered into saying, no, Melanie, I don't think you look better with the lights off. Like she had to say it. Um, and I hit the well a couple of times throughout the shift. I definitely went back to it a couple times and made my statement known. I'm not going to get walked on anymore. Um, and I'm going to be here. But I didn't do that in a way that was shitty. I didn't have to say anything that was cutting. I didn't have to stoop to her level of trying to make her feel bad. If she felt bad, it's because of something she did. All I did was ask a question. I've been doing that more over the last week or two, and it's becoming kind of a pattern. I'm just going to ask people questions. There was a commenter who said something about my name, so I asked her about hers. I gave her the opportunity to be chill and, try again with better pronouns. And she had a comment about my name and misgendered me while I did it, or while she did it. So I started talking about her name because it's not all about me, right? Again, just asking questions. And I did not say anything nasty to her. I didn't. I asked a bunch of questions. They were centered around her and her name. So if she felt shitty at any of the questions I asked, it's because she loaded up that shit and sent it to herself. I just asked very broad. She could have taken that and like went anywhere with it. She could have said anything to herself, but she didn't respond. She didn't respond. If she felt shitty, it's because she made herself feel shitty. It's not because I was low blowing and trying to go tit for tat. And I guess for me, the continuation of yesterday's video, the topic was taking power back into my life. And I think that that's a great way to do it. I'm not being hateful. I'm going to be happy. I am not going to tear other people down. I just don't want to do that anymore. Before transition, I hated myself. I didn't care for the world very much. I had a very low opinion of people. And yes, it has something to do with my own experiences. My experience with people is not always pleasant. I've had family issues growing up. I was disowned before transition over, religious differences. So that all being said, it was very easy for me to be cruel to people. And I guess with transitioning, I am able to be a new person now. I get to write the rules, and I don't like being shitty to people. I like being sweet. I like being nice. I like being remembered that way, even if I'm a little strange. And everyone's strange for their own reasons. So I would heavily encourage people to just ask questions to people. Ask questions about what they're talking about. Flip the script and just make them burn themselves. Let them out themselves. They will feel like shit if they have any level of decency, and if they don't, then they are a good person to avoid. And we should basically say thank you for getting the fuck out of my life. So today I went into work, and I got gendered properly by two of the people who have been shitty to me, and who have discriminated, who have gone out of their way to make life difficult for me at work, who constantly misgender me, and it's like an effort that they make. And after I basically have gone to management a lot, I have not retaliated in any way. I haven't been shitty to them. I have not gone to HR. I didn't need to go to HR. I didn't need to. No one had to be in trouble for that. And I still took power back into my life. I'm still going to be happy. That's the biggest power I have. To the people that are trying to tear us down as trans people, us living our lives and being happy is such a fucking dagger for them. Their words are powerless. They are fucking schoolyard bullies. That's it. That's it. They have just as much power as them. So I guess for me, it's like, so yeah, I get gendered appropriately today. And I was like in the fucking lobby too. I was like, what? What? I like literally like I stopped and double took because I saw who it was. Like hardline MAGA. Very classic Christian in the sense that she does not care for me and does not agree with my decisions that I'm making. She has her own opinions, and that's fine. I let her have those. And I got gendered properly today. And it touched me. I legitimately had to fight off tears for an hour after that. Like a solid hour was fighting off tears. Not because I felt bad, but it was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like we had a moment. And so did the same lady who I asked if I looked better with the lights off. She gendered me properly today. She had an opportunity to make my life terrible. She did. Someone came into the fucking gas station, and I don't want to describe what the toilet looked like, but it was not something that would be normal in the workplace to have to clean. And when I showed her a video of what it looked like, she put in a work order. And I didn't... Oof. It was bad. It was bad. I'm going to spare you all that, but hopefully your imagination suffices if you were unfortunate enough to imagine what I saw. And I did that through showing compassion. I gave them understanding. I allowed them the space to be themselves. And eventually through talking with management, I didn't have to go to HR. Again, it doesn't have to be that way. I went up to them after work, both of them, and thanked them and showed appreciation. And I even stated again, like I doubled down saying, hey, if it makes you uncomfortable to refer to me as she, her, and ma'am, you are more than welcome to use they, them. You are more than welcome to use my name. You could say dipshit or dumbass. These are all very true statements about me. I just don't want to make you uncomfortable. That's not the goal here. I'm not trying to force things down your throat that you don't agree with. I'm just asking to be respected, and I'm demanding not to be called male pronouns. And then I also doubled down and said, hey, I understand I don't pass, and it can be difficult for you. I understand that must be hard sometimes. It must be difficult to always feel like if I fuck this up, I'm going to be in trouble. And it's like, that's not the effort. I understand people make mistakes in life. I fucking do. And I like, the lady looked back at me and says, like, I've never heard a trans person say that before. Thank you. We can meet in the middle. We can allow people with differences to let each other live and believe the way we want to believe. I don't have to force them to think the way I do. I showed her understanding. I showed her compassion. I didn't try and get her fired. I didn't fuck with her bills. None of that. There's other people I affect through these actions. She has a boyfriend. Other one has a husband. They have animals. There's a lot of people. Who knows? Let's say that my supervisor has a grandchild who's depending on these bills to fucking get baby formula. I don't know. I didn't fucking care to ask. But I did care that someone somewhere was going to be infected simply because these people are disrespectful and I didn't like it. So whether it's the pressure of management or me being able to like allow them to have the room to make mistakes, that was the other thing I said, is like, I don't pass. I am fine with you guys making a mistake. It's chill. I don't want people to be afraid to talk to me or other trans people. That's not like what I'm about. So that went really, really well. That was an amazing moment in my life. And one of those moments where, like, damn, I don't even think I would consider them supporters, but we're on the same side. In the workplace, they're officially, like, considered allies. They are no longer going to be a part of the bullshit. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be respected. I'm giving them room to still express themselves in a way that feels comfortable for them. It sounds like they're okay with she, her, and that's great. That's great. And again, these are people that are hardline MAGA. So just know, to the new transitioning people, it can be difficult. Take the power, be happy, understand that they don't rule reality. We are in charge of our own feelings. We have to own them. It's our problem. It's our transition. There are going to be people, regardless of whether you're trans, if it's a race thing, or it's just people being shitty. It doesn't have to be a discrimination thing. Sometimes people are just shitty, but ultimately we have the power in our own lives, and that is such a great message. I have control. That feels so good to have that back again. And as soon as I did that, other people started giving me respect that weren't respecting me before, when they knew that they weren't going to walk on me, when I did not cower and back off, and I didn't have to be an asshole to them to do it. So hopefully this will, I guess, to a new person that is transitioning, give hopefully somewhat of a guide on how to deal with this stuff that does not end. Like, they're asking for statements by HR. They want me to make a statement, and I have refused. I'm still refusing. I got the outcome I wanted. We all win. Like, we're done here. So that's going to tie into the second, little segment of the video. I want to call out to Elias. Hi. Elias is someone who's commented on a couple of videos, and I think it's applicable to what we're talking to here, where we can have vast differences with people on the opposite side of us. MAGA does not agree with me. I know these two people do not agree with me, but now we are able to coexist together peacefully, and that's all I wanted. That's all I could wish for. I wish everyone fucking did that. I wish Putin wasn't invading fucking Ukraine. Like, I wish the world got along, and I'm gonna do my part in that. And I think Elias represents a great example of how to do that. I guess it would probably depend on who you ask. In all fairness, I'm not trying to lump all Christians into the same boat. I think if you ask 10 different people who go to church regularly and are believers, they might give you 10 different responses on various questions about Christianity, and that's fair. I do think I'm going to go on probably a longer video that's more themed on that very, very soon. But I want to personally thank Elias for being here, and thank you for your support. Thank you for viewing and commenting. You are more than welcome here. And to everyone else, I do read those comments. To the shitty ones that are just being hateful, bye-bye. We'll just get rid of you from the channel. That's fine. We're going to stay supportive in here. And I guess to other commenters, I want to thank you as well. the comments I do read, and they do go into what I'm doing here. I do apply them forward to my life. I think about them, and at least the ones that aren't shitty. The ones that are shitty, I kind of just erase immediately, and I kind of just don't care. Again, no power in my mind. Clearly, I'm renting space in yours. Chill. But yeah, the comments I do read, they do. I think there's another commenter who I'm going to make a video about her comment. And again, it's not a negative one. So to Elias, he has been very vocal about being a Christian. He has been very supportive to me. And I think, again, if I ask probably some other Christians, they may not agree with him. They may think that I'm an abomination and that I'm a sinner and all this other stuff. And in their mind, I still am a sinner. So are they. But I think it's a good example of, much like the people at work, we can have differing views and still get along. Just because someone is not advocating for trans rights doesn't mean that we have to be shitty to them. Sometimes allies come in very strange forms. And I think Elias, for his part, I have my own reservations with Christianity. I don't like some of the things the church has done. I don't like some of the things the Bible says. I have my own bad experiences in the church. I was raised by people who kicked me out for not going to church. My First Amendment right that I expressed, I got kicked out for. So I have my own personal experiences that give me my own bias. But I shouldn't extend that to Elias. Just because I meet someone that sees something differently than me doesn't mean they're automatically a dirtbag, and I should treat them that way. And I really love the fact that there's been multiple instances where we have opposing views, and we're still able to coexist in the same space and be peaceful about it and love one another. And that, like, is a great thing. I just want to say thank you, Elias. You are very, very welcome here. And I think that ties in very well to today's video of me taking the power back. And Elias taking the power. Elias is taking the power by saying, I don't care what these other Christians are saying. That shit's wrong. I don't think that. And I think that everyone is worthy of being loved. And for his part in things, I don't think Elias knows a greater love than his relationship that he has with Jesus. And whether or not I believe in Jesus as a savior or not is immaterial. He is forwarding that feeling to other people, and I'll take that. I will take it. We don't have to agree on religion. It's not a big deal. You know, especially if you don't agree with the person's religious view, it's extra not important because we already inherently disagree. We don't have to argue about that. We could just move on to the part where we just love each other, where we support one another, and I support Elias's walk, whatever his walk may be. I really want to thank you and commend you for being brave too. Like, that's not an easy thing to do as a Christian, to come out and just speak the things that you did. Yeah, really, really love that. It was great to see you comment again. Like I said, I'm going to make another video that's probably more centered on that. I've got a couple more coming up that I want to do. Like, I know what tomorrow's is. There's another commenter that said something about a response to, I think it was in the dealing with not passing. Like I said, the topic is passing. I'll put a link down below, but the video was topic is passing, and it had nothing to do with how to pass, but more how to deal with not passing, and what that can feel like. So, I'll put the link in the description below. I don't know if I said that. I'm not used to dropping that line, but again, want to thank all the supporters. And I think that the second comment that I was referencing in the passing video is so applicable to what I talk about here. And hopefully that person will be in that video as well. I will also name drop you like I name dropped Elias, and give you credit for your comment. And just want to thank everyone. You know, again, even if it opposes something I think, that doesn't mean that it's unwelcome here, especially if it's done respectfully. So I think I'm probably going to call it here. Takeaways from this video: take power into your own life, and the greatest power is fucking being happy and living your goddamn best one. No offense to Elias, that really wasn't meant that way. I just got done talking about you, and I don't want you to think that was in any way, shape, or form a dig at Christianity or the Christian God. So yeah, take power into our lives, be happy, And that's the biggest way to shit on our haters. Love you all.